Joining us to discuss one of the largest, high-grade, undeveloped precious metal assets in BC's Golden Triangle is Sean Kun of Dolly Varden Silver, which just released some remarkable results, up to 24,000 grams per ton silver. Mr. Kun, welcome to the show, sir.
Grateful to be on, Maurice. Thanks for having me.
Well, before we begin, Mr. Kun, please introduce us to Dolly Varden Silver, which is number one in terms of size, meats, grade, and share the exciting opportunity the company presents to shareholders.
Sure. So Dolly Varden is situated in the famed Golden Triangle in safe and stable Canada. We have identified a very, very large high-grade silver and gold resource. We have been privileged with having an exceptionally good exploration season. And so not only have we identified and built a large silver and gold resource estimate, but now we're stepping out and we're having a lot of exploration success. So it's growing. The company is supported by shareholders like Eric Sprott, like Hecla Mining. We're well held by large institutions. We're well financed. We have about $28 million in the treasury. And we've reported some of the best drill results in the Golden Triangle this season, and we just put out this morning the highest grade silver numbers that this project has ever seen, and that's a statement because silver was first discovered on this property over 100 years ago.
Oh, it sounds fantastic, the value proposition that is. If you would, let's take a step back to the 2022 drill season. And before we get into today's press release, share some of the fantastic highlights of last year's drill program, please.
Sure. Well, and just as a reminder, we've got 7 deposits at Dolly Varden. We have 4 in the south and 3 in the north. And starting in the south, where it's very, very silver rich, we stepped out of the Torbrit mine, which is the big mine. It's produced 20 million ounces, and it has 25 million ounces indicated and 10 million ounces inferred. So if you look at the resource and you look at what's been produced, it's about a 53 million ounce silver deposit. We've always been on the hunt for the next Torbrit, and we came out of the year this year, we stepping away from Torbrit, and we hit 414 grams of silver over 50 meters. So that was exceptional. And then 1.4 kilometers away, we've got a deposit that looks like it could rival Torbrit inside. And that's where today's press release has come from. So this is the Wolf deposit, and we've been systematically stepping out. And what started as a 100-meter step out then became 150 meter, and then 350, and then today's numbers take it to over 420 meters away from the known deposit. We're hitting it down plunge, we're hitting it down dip. We had a 400-meter step out that we reported at the end of 2022. But where this project just went to the next level is we were hitting it to the west. Today's numbers are from the east, and not only are they the best drill results we've ever had from the property on the silver side, it's taking the deposit, it's open going to the west, to the southwest, and also to the northeast. And today's numbers of 16 meters of 1,500 grams of silver are just exceptional. And Maurice, Dolly, for me, it's interesting. The company was listed on the day my daughter was born. So the first day of trading at Dolly was the exact day my daughter was born. And then today's number, the best hole ever drilled, was hole 329, which is I'm born on the 29th of March. So, listen, I'm not one of these people that, but this company, it just seems like there's something bigger happening here, and we're having a great time. And then the other part of it is up at Homestake. Last Monday we reported 45 grams per ton gold and 2-ounce silver, but 40, an ounce and a half gold over 25 meters. And then the other part of it is we had a 200-meter step out. We had kilo grades at Homestake silver. So we've got 4 or 5 parts of the property. And then again, we had results from a new discovery at Red Point where we had some elevated gold and copper in the system, drill hole grades up to 15 grams of gold and up to 3% copper. And so that's an area that, could that be the next home stake on the property? So the project is working. We're in a very prospective area, and I've got a tremendous technical team that has just really knocked it out of the park this season.
Now that the results are in from 2022, what work is currently being conducted on site?
So listen, we just got these numbers in, and what we're doing is we're taking all this information and we're plugging it into the rich history of data that we had, and just trying to understand what this means, where we can go next, and digesting this. And then we've got a high level plan of where we'd like to go next. But again, we just got these numbers in. So, but there's some obvious takeaways. Going back to Wolf, going to Kitsall, going to Homestake. There's some exploration targets that we want to hit. Essentially, if it's not broken, why fix it? So what we did in 2022, we're going to carry on doing this year, which is a 50-50 percent approach, 50% around known resources, 50% exploration. So we're wrapping our heads around a 40,000 meter phase 1 program. So we're talking about 20,000 meters of exploration drilling, and then 20,000 meters around growing some of the known resources on the property.
And when do you anticipate the program to begin?
Well, I think the first step, Maurice, is let us get a handle on what these numbers mean, where we'd like to go to next. And then what we'll do is we'll come up with a press release to market outlining our plans for 2023. And look, it's so important that we really understand where we go to next. We want to be very, sensitive and careful and surgical with every dollar we spend. So I'm not in a rush to get back out there and drill tomorrow before we really understand what we have and where the best places where we've added a lot of value in 2022, and we want to, and we did that because we took our time and we spent some time coming up with these targets.
Switching gears, let's look at some numbers. Mr. Kun, please provide the capital structure for Dolly Varden Silver.
There are 253 million shares issued. We've got 50% of that is held by institutional investors, including a large institution that owns 7.5% of the company. Mr. Eric Sprott owns 10%, Hecla Mining owns 10%, and Fury Gold Mines owns 23%. So we've got roughly 90% of our company held in some very, very large, big shareholder concentration. We have no warrants, and I'd say the average stock option price for the management is probably around 70 cents a share Canadian.
In closing, what would you like to say to shareholders?
This is a project that, Maurice, you've been interviewing me for 3 years. If we look back where we came from and how we got to where we are today, I'm looking for, investors, trust in that, we have moved this company forward in a very, very thoughtful way. The project is delivering, and we have managed the growth of Dolly Varden very well. And so, this is a team that you can back. We're well capitalized. We've got, just a tremendous, well-endowed area. And, if you're looking for leverage to rising gold and silver prices, even when they're not rising, Dolly Varden at a time where gold and silver was flat or lower, we've managed to have the share price increase, have the market cap grow, and we've done that because we're making discoveries.
Last question, sir. What did I forget to ask?
No, you got it all, Maurice. You're thorough.
Well, thank you, sir. Mr. Kun, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Wishing you and Dolly Varden Silver the absolute best, sir.
Thank you, Maurice.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.